So we've heard from you guys that you like these stories from the consulting life. So we got another one for you today. There was a project I did. This was, again, a long time ago. I was in Nigeria. And what we were doing was we were working for Chevron, and they had found a bunch of oil off the coast of Nigeria, which is on the western side of Africa. And they were basically launching a new business unit to manage this, right? You gotta get it, you gotta move it around. It was gonna become an entirely new business unit, and we had to stand that up from scratch, and we had to hook it into the rest of the enterprise. And so, new organization structure, new processes, hire the people, write the job descriptions, roles and responsibilities, implement the right technology, navigate with the government, all those sorts of things. And I was just a guy on the project. This was relatively early in my career. And but what was crazy was we did a lot of the work from the US, but we would go over into Nigeria, and I just want to give you some of the kind of unique and crazy stories from that. So the first thing was you had to take malaria medicine, and you had to take it, you had to take it for like a long time, and you had to keep taking it. And you had to be careful not to be out in the sun too long, because it could like make you get overly sunburned. It was just like a weird deal. And you had to go in for all of these shots before you could go. And I hate shots. I hate getting blood drawn, all those sorts of things. So I was like, it was almost a deal breaker, but I kind of powered through and I did it. So going over to Nigeria, my flight, I was flying through Paris. And I don't know if it was mechanical problems or weather, but there was a huge delay. Like I'm talking 5, 6, 8 hours. It was something like that. And when you're traveling that long, that's brutal, because now we're talking about more than 24 hours of a trip. So it was painful. I'm walking through the airport. A guy comes up to me before I even get out of security. And he comes up and he kind of almost like grabs me, and he's got a Chevron jumpsuit on, and he says, "Your name is Jonathan Dison. You're this many years old. You work for Chevron on this project. You are," and he rattled off like 5 things. "You work for this person." And what he was doing to me, I realized they didn't tell me this was going to happen. He was proving to me that he was legit. And I was like, yes, that's correct. And then he handed me a satellite phone like I was the president of the United States. And then they took me through security. They took me through a different security than everybody else. They just put me through. And they gave me a phone number to call my managers, because apparently they'd been worried about me. So I called them, let them know I was okay. And they told me what was going to happen. And I go out, and they put me in a car, and there's a car behind me with a mounted machine gun on top of it. And they are driving me in the dead of night through Lagos, Nigeria, which is dangerous. At least at the time we were there, it was dangerous. And they got me there. I was on an armored compound. The food was great. The beer, they had beer. The beer there is crazy. It has like formaldehyde in it, the local beers. Like, it was crazy. There was a couple of unique experiences. Like, we went to the beach, and what that consisted of was driving on a bus, going through Lagos through normal traffic, and then just randomly hooking a right into the jungle and taking a trail through the jungle to get to the beach, where there was not one, but 2 makeshift basically out of nowhere, these guys just came up with, and they put a toll arm in the middle of the trail through the jungle, and they were just going to charge you because you were on their territory and because they could, and you pay it. And it's just known that's what you do. And so we did that. There was like twice we did that. It was crazy. These guys have machine guns. You pay your toll, and you just keep going, and all of a sudden you pop out and you're on the beach. And there was like a beach hut. It wasn't anything fancy, but there was like the wives were there of the Chevron workers. The kids were there. It was an incredible experience. Just such a unique experience. Just a couple other thoughts off the top of my head. The Nigerian people are just amazing people. They are super nice. As you'll find with a lot of places in the world, they make do with a lot less. I mean, it kind of makes you realize how much waste there is in the Western societies, how much we have, what you really need. It's one of the things I kind of, think about with my kids. They tell me they need something, and I try to reframe their perspective a little bit. But the Nigerian people, they're super nice. They're super intelligent. So anyway, it was, again, just one of these super unique experiences. I learned a lot from these guys that I was on the project with. I learned a lot about myself just traveling. Again, we always just try to encourage people to travel and get a bit of a global mindset. But that was just an incredibly unique experience that hopefully at a minimum was entertaining for you. At a maximum, maybe you learned something that could help you. But as always, let us know the type of content you want to hear. If you like this, let us know. Otherwise, we'll stop doing it because we thought you were annoyed by it. But if you like this type of content, let us know. If you want to hear other content, let us know, and we'll go with that and we'll go for it. So hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time.